Hey everyone, today I'm going to be showing you how to install the Tusk 4-point safety harness on your UTV. This is for anyone doing more aggressive driving and you need a way to keep you and your passengers more secure in the seat. Now if you are racing, you might want to look into a 5-point harness, but for everyone else this is going to be great. This is the updated harness from Tusk. Comes with the automotive style buckle at the bottom, and that's one of my favorite things about this is it's going to allow you to get in and out real easily while still being held in the seat securely. So I really like that. It also comes with the easy adjusters on the shoulder and lap belts. And you've got plenty of padding on the shoulders for that all-day comfort. Now when you go to order these kits, these are sold per seat and the driver's side is different than the passenger. The driver's side kit is going to come with this bypass plug and it's going to allow the machine to operate like it normally would with a stock seat belt. You only need one of those kits per machine and the rest of the seats are just going to get that passenger side seat kit. So other than that, when you go to mount these up, most machines are going to have an option to either bolt the shoulder belts in or wrap these straps around a roll cage. If for some reason your machine does not have either of those options, you can always look into a harness bar and add that onto your machine for mounting these up. With that being said, the install process is going to be very similar for almost any UTV, and we're going to show you how to do it on this KRX4 1000. We're going to start out by removing our seat cushions. A lot of machines you're just going to remove the complete seat. Since we're installing the driver's side first, we need to install the bypass plug. And for most machines, you're just going to remove your center console to access it, but it's just a little wire that comes off that driver's side seat belt. Now coming down this seat belt buckle, we've got this wire. It's going into the white connector. To disconnect that, there's a little tab I'm going to have to press on to release this. And then I've got the bypass plug. Push that in, make sure it's clipped all the way. You're good to go. We can go ahead and remove this buckle. So on ours, this is going to be a 17mm wrench. Then for install, the bend on the mount will curve slightly in towards the seat. Most of the time, you're going to reuse the bolt that you removed from that stock seat belt. But in some cases, your kit will come with a longer bolt, so just be aware of that. Then you want to angle this to complement the belt routing. Tighten the bolt. The next step is to mount up these shoulder straps. So with these, there's a few key points you want to keep in mind. You need a solid mounting point behind the seats, and that mounting point needs to be at or below shoulder height. Now Polaris razors, they have that harness bar with a little tab hanging down that you can actually bolt this solid bracket to, and that's your best option if you can use this bracket. But on our machine we don't have that option. We're going to this bar behind the seats. It's going to work great. The only thing to keep in mind if you're not using a solid mounting point is you need to make sure that these straps don't slide around on the bar, especially with this one. We've got this corner. On this other side, the strap could potentially slide down that corner and then it's not doing its job. So right here, we've got the Tusk safety harness retainer straps. I'm going to use these to keep the harnesses from sliding around. And how these work, we're just going to go in between where the straps go. We've got this leather piece that goes against the bar. And these just Velcro in place. Just like that. And then since we're not using that bracket, we're going to undo this strap. And pay attention how the strap is installed when it comes out of the box. This is how it needs to go back together. So we're pulling that up. So we've got 3 places we need to go with that strap. Pull the bracket off. I'm going through that retainer strap, going around the bar, back through the strap. So now we have this slip lock and we're going straight up through this. we'll go straight down through the front side. And then the last wrap, we're coming back over everything. We'll go straight down towards the back. And this is just a temporary position. We're going to want to do some final adjustments once we have everything done. And ideally, you're going to end up with the padding on that shoulder strap. That's going to sit, you know, pretty close to the corner of that seat right there. And when you do that, keep in mind that the slip lock, you want this as close as possible to this bar. Once you have all your adjustments done, you're going to have some extra strap left over, and you can use a hot knife and cut any extra off, but you want to leave several inches for a safety margin. I'd leave at least 6 inches. And then if you don't want to cut this, you can simply roll it up and zip tie it out of the way. And then for the other half of our driver's side harness, we need to remove the rest of that stock seat belt. So there's 3 bolts we're going to remove. Now sometimes you're going to run into a bolt that has Loctite on it. So if you find one that is really tight or feels gooey when you're trying to remove it, you might want to heat that up. Just use caution if you do heat things up. Then we can use this lower mounting bolt, and we'll bolt up the bottom of our harness. And as you tighten your hardware, make sure you get it torqued to manufacturer's specification. And then for the shoulder strap, it's going to go around that bar the same way that we previously showed. Now from here, if you're only doing the driver's side, you can go ahead and move on to adjustments. But if you're doing any other seats, you can go ahead and do those same steps for the remaining seats. From here, you want to do a dry fit with your center console. There is a chance you may need to trim it up just a little bit, so you can mark that and cut out any space you need by those seat belt harness mounts. From there, you can just reinstall that center console along with any other body panels that were removed for access. And then we can install our seats. Now that we have the harness installed, we need to make our adjustments. The first thing you want to adjust is the height of the shoulder straps. You can see this one on Chase's right side. This is way too low. Sternum strap is sitting down below the chest. The one on his left is way too high. It's all the way up by his neck, that sternum strap. So ideally, you want this sternum strap about 4 inches below the neck. Could be a little bit lower, but right in that range. So we're going to adjust these straps in the back first. And to get this adjusted up, you can have someone hold it at the proper height while you make that adjustment. We'll just do that same adjustment on both sides. And then as you adjust these up, just make sure that the slip lock sits right on the top of that bar, just like that. And we can tie up any excess the same way we talked before. You can cut the extra length off, but leave 4 to 6 inches, or you can use that zip tie to hold everything out of the way. So now for the adjustments that you want to do every time you get in the machine, you want to buckle the lap belt and then pull it tight, and you want it to hold you down into the seat. So that's your first adjustment. And then second, you've got the shoulder straps, and you want to pull those snug, but those ones you just want resting snug. You don't want it to be pulling you down. So just like that. And then the sternum strap, the proper adjustment on this is
just to where it keeps these tight and straight up and down. You don't want it to bow together in the middle. And then to get out, all you have to do is unbuckle the sternum strap, pull up on the easy adjusters on the shoulder and that belt, and then just unbuckle it. So that's it for adjusting your Tusk 4-point safety harness. If you have any questions, leave those down in the comments below. If you need to pick a set of these up, they're available on our website. Just click the link in our description and subscribe to our channel for more helpful content. I'm Charles with Rocky Mountain ATV MC. Thanks for watching.